Max looked up from playing his one note and he said, "They're looking for the place. I found it."
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of CCN. I'm your host, Lil Ray. Joining me, as always, is Ted, the Heist Man. Heistman.
Pew, 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 pew.
Burr, burr, go! Ted, how you been, bud?
I've been good. I'm very sunburned right now.
Yeah, you are. You're not crazy bad though. You're not like a fucking cherry tomato or anything.
I don't have pus oozing out of my head yet.
No, you're just kind of pink.
Kind of pinkish.
You think you'll peel? Yeah, you'll
I like
peel.
to have a little color. You know?
The top of your head, definitely. When you look down, that looks a little darker than the rest of you. Yeah, that's gonna peel, dude.
I should put lotion on my head.
There you go.
But I want to have like the nice tan. You know, like the sexy older men.
Yeah.
With the tan and the white beard kind of shows up.
They always have like the part around their eyes. Is it tan? Because I guess they're using those little eye protector things.
Oh yeah,
lay in there.
Stupid sunglasses. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not gonna have
plastic
that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they put them over their glasses. I'm not gonna get those. I'm going more for the fucking sexy old sea captain look.
There you go. That's what's up, man. But you got to smell like fish too. That's the only problem with that.
Really?
I would think so. That's part of the. What would you call it?
I mean, like a yacht. You know, like a fucking.
Yeah. But
some dude.
Well, I guess you just. Yeah, I guess you're not fishing. You don't smell like fish. You smell like the ocean.
Mm-hmm. The old man of the sea. That's my goal, to retire in a sailboat. That's my goal. I got like 15 years to go.
That sounds terrifying to me. Did I give you a lighter?
No, you can't give me a lighter. I thought you were telling me to say no.
Just say no to drugs, Ted. I'll say no for you.
You don't need a light. I'm holding the lighter. It's like our fetish, our safe word.
I have the lighter.
What's the magic word?
Release the pressure. I have the lighter.
Wait, what? Just getting over my head now.
So what else did you do this week? Nothing?
No, we had fun. We fucking partied hard.
What
we
did you guys
went
do?
to Mother Muffs.
Mother Muffs?
That's the name of it. Yeah, it's a restaurant bar. It's really cool. It used to be named like Meadow Muffins or something, and then it got changed owners, and they're like, let's call it Mother Muffs. And they have all these burgers. They have the sloppy mother.
Oh my god!
It's like they have the disgusting. Big mother. They have the fat kid grilled cheese.
That's funny.
But the sloppy mother, it's like an open faced burger with an egg on it and green chilies. It's really good.
That sounds pretty good.
And then you can get like a tower it's got like a little spigot, you know. Uh-huh. It's like cheaper.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's only like probably like a 6-pack of beer.
Okay.
So there's like 4 of them.
In one, there's a 6-pack. Wow.
Yeah, it's like a big. It's like a big thing, you know. Like
You stack a 6-pack.
Yeah, like an iced tea thing, you know, with a little spigot.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Then nobody's wearing a mask. It's a good atmosphere. We're all playing pool and darts, shit like that.
Bro, we went into Target and they didn't have signs up anymore. We went into where did I go? Home Depot.
All the places redneck shop.
Target people weren't wearing the employees weren't wearing masks.
Employees?
Yes.
Well, if the employees aren't wearing them, then it's safe.
At Target.
Yeah.
Fucking Target of all places.
All these people are the only people that are butthurt are the virtue signalers.
Yeah, like that dude who was saying even though he had a vaccine, he's going to keep wearing a mask to avoid the annoyance of people thinking he's a Republican or something. Did you see that tweet?
I don't know. That's what
Jimmy Dore was talking about.
Yeah, it is down to that. Yeah. Well, like I was thinking of making like a meme that spread around on Facebook, like add up all your virtue signaling, like how good of a virtue signaler are you?
Yeah.
Like one point if your profile picture has you wearing a mask. Like 2 points if you have an I voted sticker on your mask on your profile pic. That's like that would be like
that existed. Have you seen that?
That would be like next level. Like, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen it before.
Deep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But all the people that want a virtue signal are so angry that people aren't wearing their masks.
They really are.
There's no way to obviously virtue signal. Mm-mm. You know, I guess you'd have to go back to bumper stickers, but with a mask, you get virtue signal like wherever you go, like you're mobile.
Right.
You know, you're constantly virtue signaling.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, you're right.
yeah,
Like, yeah, that's weird.
Sad,
it's letting people know what team you're on and stuff.
So we went to this place. We played pool. We played darts. Nobody's wearing a mask. And then this dude was like flirting with my girlfriend. I was getting a little
in front of you.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
This black dude, and so I was like kissing her and stuff, like hugging her. Then he like left us alone.
Yeah.
But then they're like telling us they're gonna sing karaoke later at this other place, Thunder and Buttons. We're like, fuck yeah, we're gonna sing karaoke. So we went over there, and I had no idea they had this huge venue upstairs because we went to that restaurant and the upstairs was closed. We didn't know it was up there. We just thought maybe there was more seating. It's this huge venue and you could do karaoke. We were like jamming out. Like we got there too late to get in line. But we were like jamming out to all the other songs and like helping people that are struggling. Nice. They were singing like TNT by fucking AC/DC. Yeah. I was like fucking headbanging and shit. I was
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Nice, man, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't TNT. It was Dirty Deeds.
Shit, it's AC/DC. They all sound the same.
Yeah, I know. All the songs are the same fucking guy. Yeah. Just strained his voice.
Yeah, it's crazy. Fun. You know what sucks is that that's a pretty normal night, man. Think about that.
I know, but it's like we're back to normal. About. I know.
Like,
yeah, we're back to normal.
I had a totally normal night.
It was fucking invigorating. Great. Nobody was wearing a mask.
So that's amazing, man.
So fuck everybody that wants to still wear a mask. I mean, unless you have a compromised immune system or something, then you should be nice to people like that.
I get it. It's not doing anything for you, though. It really isn't.
No, it's not.
You need to go get one of those N95 masks if you want to. Or just actually protect yourself like that.
Plastic bag over your head.
Yeah. Breathe deep. Yeah. Breathe deep and repeatedly.
That's the thing when I was a kid. Was that like that when you were a kid? Like all the mothers were
scared,
worried the kids were going to suffocate with a plastic bag? So my friend was like, he was like 16. He put this plastic bag. It's like, Mom, help. He's like, breathe. She got all fucking pissed off. It was really funny.
Well, you know who else is not wearing a mask? It's Fauci.
Really?
Fauci finally said he's not wearing a mask.
Oh, that he's vaccinated?
Well, if you'll remember, he said a week ago.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 weeks ago now. I don't know. Time's running real fast now. Fauci was telling everybody, even if you're vaccinated, he's like, he was telling everyone how he does stuff. And he's like, when I'm hanging out with people, I still wear a mask. When I do that, he was like, when we're outside, I don't wear a mask. That was the caveat he had. He wouldn't wear a mask outside, and that was going to be the big difference. Yeah. So this was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Yesterday, or maybe I think it was yesterday. In an interview, he's like, well, I only said that because I didn't want to send mixed messages, but I totally agree with the CDC.
Yeah.
What is the likelihood? I don't know if this was it you that I was talking to about how it seems like somebody sat him down and was like, "All right,
really?
Shit's changing. All right, bro.
We're gonna open the economy up.
If you still want to be on TV, if you want this Fauci shit to keep going, you're gonna have to start switching up your shit and line up with the rest of the program. But at some point last week, something happened, and now the administration is totally like, okay, no more COVID shit. Like, what has gone on?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm happy for it. I don't want to question it too much because I'm just going to go with it.
Yeah, I think it should have been done a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it's weird that they can just flip us. I was reading, I retweeted it, and I can't remember who this guy is, but I read an article where this guy's basically saying if Trump had tried this shit, they would have called him a murderer. They would have shut his ass down.
I'm glad he got out of office. Yeah,
the states where the government, like they would have been like, well, you can unlock all you want. We're gonna double down. It would have been like so much worse. But somehow Biden gets to just be like, flip the switch. We're done. Back to normal life.
Biden is so. Only right wing media acknowledges that he's fucking totally senile. Like I caught the tail end of a press conference because it was showing him like not like half-assed responding to a question about Palestine. Mm-hmm. He sounded like so fucking tired, just like on his last leg. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to sound energetic at like press conferences, don't you? Not like you need like a nap.
Did you see? I put this link in here too, where he's begging people to applaud him.
Yeah, when he was talking to like the cadets or something.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought more people would clap and something like that. Come on, man.
Let's play this. Hold on.
Okay.
I can only assume that you will enjoy educating your family about how the Coast Guard is, quote, the hard nucleus around the Navy forms in times of war. You're a really dull class. I mean, come on, man. Is the sun getting to you? I would think you'd have an opportunity when I say that about the Navy to clap. But being here together.
But yeah, I thought you saying that reminded me of this because he looks so tired when he does that.
He really
He's
does.
like, he leans on the podium and he's like, "Why aren't you guys
Come
clapping?"
on, man. I mean, once again, it's okay to be old, but just don't be
Trying to be the president?
trying to be the president or that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
if you're that fucking old, just enjoy your retirement.
Don't
you know?
drive.
Yeah, don't
The
drive.
president.
Because I don't want to turn into like a shitting on old people thing, you know?
No, there's
But he's just way too fucking old.
Well, it's not. It's just being realistic. It's like,
yeah. Well, it's from person to person.
if your legs are broken, you can't run a marathon.
Right,
It's
yeah.
not shitting on you for having broken legs, but you
Yeah.
can't run the marathon, man. Sorry.
Some
You
people
know?
can be that old and they're way mentally
Can
sharp.
they?
There's some people that are mentally
Can
sharp.
they?
No, you come on, he's not
I
that
bet
old.
Yeah, I guess not.
78. There's people that are fucking
It
sharp
does seem.
as fuck.
It does seem like he's below level for
Yeah.
his age.
He's
It's not
got-
just his age that's making
No,
him.
he's getting Alzheimer's.
Yeah, there's something else going on there, right?
Yeah. Because
I agree
people
with you.
sharp as a tack in their 80s, 90s.
Now that you mention it, I'm thinking about it. I definitely know people that are older than him, and
Right.
don't
Yeah, they're
have
not-
his problems.
No, he's
actually.
yeah. He had something happen to him. He had like a aneurysm or something. He had
Did he
brain
really?
surgery or something fucked up happened to him.
Really?
Yeah, and he went downhill after that. That's the same thing with Bill
Look
Clinton.
that up.
Yeah, he had brain
What happened with
surgery.
Bill Clinton.
He had a bypass where they stop your heart and it can fuck up your brain. Like his personality kind of changed. He got more like belligerent, like no filter
Oh,
kind of thing with Bill Clinton.
They
He
do
got
say
his-
that happens, right?
Yeah. But what is it with Biden? Didn't he have brain surgery or something?
Let's see. Bitch, I'm gonna block your ads if I want. Hold on. Delaware Online is mad at me for blocking its ads.
Delaware? That's where Biden's from.
Delaware Online.
That's the money laundering capital of the world.
Yeah, he had a brain aneurysm. Aneurysms.
Yeah, see?
More than one,
Yeah,
buddy.
see? His brain is fucked.
Wow. That's really interesting. I'm thinking the reason I brought up the whole thing with why now, why is the administration suddenly flipping the switch now and being like, oh, everything's back to normal, is I think it has a lot to do with all this shit hitting the fan with the economy.
Oh, yeah.
The wars.
Yeah.
The weird Israel-Palestine problem going on. It brought up again, you know, like I think he's
just
trouble.
default.
I think his administration is not doing well, and they're like, let's do this quick thing that will make everybody happy.
Yeah, plus nothing he ran on like happened that he said he was going to do.
No,
like, none
not
of the
a single
progressive
thing.
shit. Like, because Bernie had all this stuff, and then we're like, well, we're going to go with Biden because we're going to push him left, and then he's going to do all this
bullshit.
shit. Like, he didn't do anything. He fucking hates the idea of forgiving student loans.
Yep. Hates that
idea.
idea of decriminalizing pot.
Yeah,
He's the one who criminalized pot.
Yeah.
Not really, but he made all those what do they call them? Minimum sentencing.
Yeah, he's like, we're going to put jaywalkers under the jail.
Oh,
He
yeah,
said
that's
shit
right.
like that.
Yes, he did, We're going to come just short of hanging them. I think it's what he said about jaywalkers. Yeah, he got pretty hot back then. So there's a lot of the reason, you know, the 94 crime bill, I believe.
Yeah, the 94 crime bill.
That's a lot of the
He's
reason.
a big rah champion.
He wrote it. He's the main writer and
he was.
and the head
That's
sponsor.
right. I forgot. Yeah.
And he also wrote a number of other crime bills that were even crazier that didn't get through, by the way. Like that was like a
they were super tough on crime in the 80s. That was like the thing.
That was their thing, yeah.
They were like, all these liberals, that's why we had the 70s
Yep.
with all these fucking hippies and people protesting. It was chaos.
Clinton was one of them too. He was a tough on crime Democrat.
Yeah, everybody fucking hated on the
And that's like
60s
code.
and 70s.
Tough on crime code is just like code for like
Tough on blacks.
prison, tough on black. Yeah,
yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, and then the Clintons had slave labor. Did you know that? They had black slaves.
What?
Like at the governor's mansion in Arkansas. They had all these black dudes that were they were like in jail for like murder.
Uh-huh.
And it was a tradition to have them do all the work at the Capitol.
Wow.
Arkansas Capitol, and they're all black.
I'm looking at it right now. There's a photo of him standing at a press conference with a big old crowd of black dudes behind him wearing all white.
Yeah, and they're all like getting paid like nothing to like work.
Dude.
Yeah, so it's basically slave labor because of the amendment, right? Is it the 13th Amendment? It allows slavery if you're in prison.
Right.
You could be a slave.
Now, Ted, it doesn't say slave.
No, it mentions like.
Does it actually?
It forbids slavery unless you're a prisoner. Then you can still be a slave. It basically says if you're a prisoner, you can still be a slave.
Say it again. Which amendment is it?
I think it's the 13th Amendment, or just look up amendment.
I know what you're talking
slavery.
about, but I didn't remember it straight up.
Allows slavery.
Let's see. Okay, that wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. Hold on.
Is it the 13th? I think it's the 13th.
It looks like it is. Well, that's the abolition of slavery, right?
Right, but it also allows it if you're a prisoner.
Oh, here we go. Slavery loophole. I bet this will tell me.
Yeah.
It's from history.com.
Yeah. It's a good
home
source.
of the conspiracy theorists. 13th Amendment ratified in 1865 says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime.
Yeah.
Whereof the party shall have been duly convicted shall exist within the United States.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's
it does straight up say that.
And there's more and more prison labor. Like that's an expanding industry. It's like getting the prisoners to do more and more shit.
That's wild.
They used to just make license plates, but now they have like call centers. They do like customer service.
Yes.
Shit. They do all kinds of stuff.
That's wild, huh?
Yeah.
And cleaning up on the side of the roads, of course.
Construction. Yeah, they that,
yeah. I think they do. They do construction.
They fight fires. Buildings. They fight fires.
Firefighting. Yep.
And
they get paid pennies for it, right?
Yeah.
That's so wild.
Yeah. Like the firefighters get like $1 an hour, and then they can't become a real firefighter when they get out of prison. They're a felon.
Dude, that is dark. I can't believe. I thought it. I didn't realize it straight up said you could be a slave.
Yeah, if you're in prison, you could do involuntary servitude.
I figured it would just stick to the... Yeah, I thought it was going to word it with involuntary servitude, though, and it sure didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it did as well. Whatever.
Yeah.
Darkness.
Yep.
So there you go. So the Clintons had slaves, but it's okay.
Yeah. Because they were the first black family.
I don't understand, though. We just looked it up. It's clearly legal. What's the problem, Ted?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Big deal. So they had slaves.
Right.
It's okay.
I'm just a hater.
Yeah. And those guys are probably in prison for a good reason. So he put them in prison.
Oh, they had the murderers.
So he puts them in prison, and then he puts them to work.
That's
actually, I guess the timing would be reversed, right?
That's when he was smuggling cocaine for the CIA.
Because it was when he was president, I think, that the crime bill was made, right?
And he worked for the CIA when he was in Oxford.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, remember we talked about it? You'd narc on the peace movement. He narked on the peace movement. Like they had a peace movement, the anti-war movement, and he would narc on them for the CIA while he was at Oxford.
You ever seen that weird video of him like just staring and not blinking, where people are like, proof that he's an MK Ultra?
Oh yeah, or
whatever. He's just
I saw that clip.
creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a weird clip, dude.
Yeah, it was really weird. Yeah.
Like you just wait for like the fly to land on his eyeball. He's so weird looking.
He probably was mind controlled.
I wonder, man.
I saw another clip where he's like, they show him like almost hypnotized, and he's like, "That was really good. Can we do that again or something?" He's like all happy.
Oh, weird.
It was one of those kind of videos. Yeah,
I had to look that up. I remember there used to be a slew of those like proof of monarch programming videos.
Yeah, remember when like cable? I don't know. It was like high speed cable or something. I don't know. Remember when cable like it was really common to get those weird fucking picture get all weird and shit. What was
artifacts,
that? Is that
like
from
little digital artifacts?
Is that from when it's like high speed internet cable? Or
yeah, I mean,
remember when I was a kid, it didn't do that. Like what? Why did it do that?
Yeah, it's all digital artifacts.
Yeah, like in the late 90s,
digital transfer happening.
Yeah, so like at the beginning of like the YouTube and stuff, like they would try to say that's like proof that they're turning into a reptilian, like shape shifting. It's so stupid.
Now people are more, I guess, familiar with how shitty shitty cell phone footage will do that and stuff. But I remember that. It was like a little pixel would look weird, and they're like, "See,
look, his eyes are turning into reptile eyes."
Yeah, I remember that. Those were everywhere. If you looked for them, they were not hard to find. Yeah. Or then like the weird. I was trying to find this video that was proof that Britney Spears had like an altar, like where she's like in an interview and she acts as though someone walks in the room and she goes, "Oh, hello," and like starts talking to it. But it's pretty. If you watch the video, it's pretty clearly not that. She's just being weird.
But she did have an altar.
But the funny thing was I was trying to find this video to show my wife to laugh about, being like, "Oh, these people, they'll find it anywhere."
Oh, and they scrubbed it.
I couldn't find it anywhere. I was like, man, I think they got like rid of all those.
No,
videos.
they got rid of a lot of conspiracy type shit. They like,
kind of a bummer.
I saw some articles a few years back that they're scrubbing the internet. They really have scrubbed a lot of shit. Like also Google. Like if some weirdo wrote a website about some fucking weird topic and you Googled it, it would come right up before. But now the only thing that comes up are monetized things first. Yeah. You used to be able to find obscure with weird shit like really easily. Just do a Google search.
You can't even type in like a website name and it won't pop up first. It'll be like 3 pages in or something.
Did you want Amazon.com?
Yeah. I've noticed on YouTube, if you type in anything, it'll horrible. Bring up like lists and lists of like History Channel and like it's just all mainstream stuff.
Yeah, and that's how cable news survived. Like nobody wants to watch it, but they just fucking shove it down your throat on YouTube. Yeah, cable news. Weird.
That's a bummer, dude. What do you think is the next thing? Because they've got a lot of like BitChute. They've got a few different things that people use.
What's BitChute?
It's an alternative to YouTube.
Oh, really?
But I know about it.
I think I have heard of BitChute. And
there's a few of them that I know about. Yeah. You definitely have. But it's
remember Vimeo? Is that still a thing? Vimeo?
It's still around, but it's not super popular.
It was bigger.
Daily
I thought it was going to take off.
Still around, but that's not super popular.
So I remember any schmuck could like make a Vimeo.
None of them. They're still like nowhere near YouTube, unfortunately. So
it is. Even though it's getting more conglomerated and censored, though, like there's still a lot of really, really amateur content on YouTube.
Well, there's millions of videos going on there every day. They still have to actively know about it to go scrub it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think people kind of overestimate what the algorithm can do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that it can pick out you saying specific words necessarily.
Maybe.
I don't think it can.
Because you can't say certain words. So they demonetize.
They look toward titles and descriptions is what they're looking at.
Yeah.
I think people kind of I think people overestimate what it can do right now. I'm not saying it can't do that next year.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's right now looking through everyone's audio like they were thinking. Because I was thinking that too. And the more I was worried about putting our stuff on.
Oh, really?
We talk about every single thing that gets you in trouble on YouTube. Like every episode we do it. Yeah. So I was like,
COVID's fake.
So I was like, is there a reason to even
Trump won the election?
I was like, should I even put this up? Like, what's the point? They're just going to pull it. So I was looking at that and I don't think they actually can right now. I think what happens is Joe Rogan's, somebody's fucking sitting there and watching them.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like it's an algorithm.
Right, that's true.
The algorithm is looking for titles. Yeah. And I think imagery, it can look for images, however. I think it can look for that. The other thing is it can look for audio, pre-recorded audio. It can't look for, I don't think it can pick out a word. It can't tell when Ted is saying COVID, but I think it can find when a song is uploaded because they have a waveform that it matches exactly, So that's something an algorithm could do. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm going down.
No, I liked it.
Boring hole. Yeah, that's for the time being. I think you can still talk about it. You just don't put in your titles.
Well, because I watch fish videos and they're fucking amateur as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Just any asshole with a fish tank.
Well, there's still conspiracy theory stuff out there. It's you can find it. It's still pumping out. There's still weird cult stuff coming out. It's just not super searchable.
For a while, they had like they were going almost like the porn route with YouTube.
What do you mean?
They had like a lot of nudity and like sex scenes and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, they did for a while, and then they got rid of it, I think.
Oh, I don't ever remember that. Weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
Maybe I wasn't searching porn on there enough.
Yeah, no, and they always recommend giant black dildos for me. I don't know why. It's like I'm like, YouTube, stop sending me giant black dildos.
Have sex with the anyway. Hey, I guess this isn't really
What?
I guess this isn't really related to anything.
Yep.
Let's go talk about Epstein and Bill Gates.
Yeah, I want to hear your side of it because I was like, just somehow I got down this rabbit trail of his wife's hands and like how she looks like
Bill Gates' hands.
Yeah.
Right,
no, Bill Gates' wife.
Yeah.
Gates.
Yeah.
Like I have the wrong angle. I was like going after her. It's like this gold digging bitch.
This one isn't mine.
Like,
I just this morning watched a video from the Hill from Sager and Jetty.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I like him.
And he was talking about Epstein's connection to Bill Gates.
Right. Which is...
People have asked why... Okay, Bill Gates hung out with Epstein a lot, bro. A lot. And the big question is, why would Bill Gates, who's at many times the richest man in the world, why would he need to even hang out with Epstein?
Right. Why?
Like, he doesn't need fun. Like you were saying earlier before the show.
Yeah.
People explain away the science thing. Well, maybe these guys had to hang out with him because they needed money.
Right.
Fucking Bill Gates does not need money. Yeah. That guy's got plenty of money. Yeah, so why is he hanging out with him, right?
Yeah, right.
So people asked him that.
Yeah.
You know what he says?
Because he was trying to help him.
No, right? He wanted the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, he was going to help,
and he was going to get
the Nobel Peace Prize. Oh,
now
that's maybe how Epstein hooked him in.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah,
maybe he's gullible.
Hold on, Ted.
Yeah,
as Sager said, why the fuck could Epstein get Bill Gates the Nobel Peace Prize? Why are we not talking about that?
Well, that would be dumb, but I mean, I think Epstein was a good con artist, though. He might have hoodwinked him into it.
Well, no, he did get him a meeting with the head of the guy from the Nobel Peace Prize committee.
He did. Epstein did.
Epstein was there with Bill Gates during the meeting, and he facilitated the meeting.
So why did he have those deep connections like that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that seems like an easy blow-off thing for Bill Gates to say. Now it's like, okay, well, that opens up a whole new can of worms. I know. This motherfucker could get you the Nobel Peace Prize?
That's suspicious as fuck.
This was happening after he was a registered sex offender.
Yeah.
So
like, that's no biggie, I guess, in those circles.
No
if you're
biggie.
Worth several $100 million. Yeah. Oh.
Being a pedophile is no big deal.
No big deal in those higher echelon circles.
So yeah, I thought that was crazy, man. This is just getting leaked, and Sager was saying that he thought it was probably being leaked by Melinda Gates's lawyers.
Man-hands?
Yeah, by the man-hands Melinda's lawyers. Makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
So, yeah. Oh, that was pretty great.
That's
the Nobel Peace Prize, bro.
But that still could be bullshit, though. He probably won underage girls and the Nobel Peace Prize.
I feel like, come on. If you're hanging out with him that much.
Yeah. Like, he arranged the meeting, then why are you still hanging out with him?
Yeah,
right?
Come on, dude. You're fucking some kids, too, in there, right? Yeah. Anyway. Or at least prostitutes. Maybe they're not underage.
I don't know.
I don't even, whatever.
I don't know what I always assumed for some reason that Bill Gates was asexual.
Just because the way he looks?
Yeah, I just always, I don't know why. I guess I shouldn't have assumed that, but I just always assumed it.
Maybe not on purpose.
Yeah. Doesn't he have that kind of vibe, though? It's like
the asexual vibe?
Yeah.
You mean he's ugly, right? Is what you're saying? The dude's ugly.
Well, there's ugly dudes that aren't like asexual, though. You know,
he doesn't strike me as an asexual. Nobody really does, though.
Oh, okay.
Even asexual people. I'm like one of these assholes that kind of doesn't believe it. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Oh, really? No, he has that vibe. There's people like that.
Yeah, there's clearly people like that.
But and then there's aromantics. Did you hear about the aromantics?
Yeah, I just heard about
this bullshit,
week.
though. Aromantics.
Jess was just saying this to me yesterday. What is that?
I guess they just like to fuck, and that's it. They don't want any emotions involved.
Jess said they don't even have sex, though. It's none of that.
Oh, they
stuff.
don't?
It's no. Hold on.
Well, I thought they had sex, but they don't believe in romance.
That's what I thought. I was like, does that mean they just want to fuck with no romance?
Just fucking crushing it with just expressionless, fucking dead-eyed look on their face.
That's me, bro. Clearly, that's how I do it. Aromantic people have little or no romantic attraction to others. They may or may not feel sexual attraction.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's both. They do not. An aromantic person, and by the way, this is WebMD telling me this. Why would Web? Okay,
they're woke.
An aromantic person can fall into one of two groups: aromantic sexual people or aromantic asexual people.
Oh, aromantic asexual.
Okay, so that's why. Interesting, man.
So, is there more information about the sexual ones?
Demi-romantic people. Demi-romantic, what?
They're into Demi Moore.
Demi. It's pronounced demi-romantic.
That's why. She's trying to distance herself from the demi-romantics.
They have romantic attraction only after forming an emotional bond with another person. Oh, I think that's me. Yeah. Weird.
AKA normal people.
Lithromantic or acoiromantic. Well, okay. Anyway. People feel romantic attraction but don't want to have it returned. Ah!
What is that?
This is lithromantic or acoiromantic.
Oh.
They feel romantic attraction but don't want it returned.
They just want to fucking be depressed.
The attraction may also go away when someone does have feelings for them.
That's funny. Why would you like me? I suck.
Gray aromantic people rarely experience romantic attraction or can do so only under very specific circumstances.
What?
Rarely experience romantic. That doesn't sound like a real. So sometimes they do. Like that sounds fake.
Yeah.
Cupio-romantic people are aromantics who want romantic relationships. This is like why?
These are only things that happen to you if you have a lot of time in your hands.
And don't you feel like
you know,
when you sit around and do this stuff to yourself, you're just kind of like forcing yourself into a lane?
Endless fucking analysis. Oh yeah, just
like,
yeah.
I
think so. Yeah,
and then from now on, if you ever like,
yeah, right, be open.
What if tomorrow you feel romantic? Are you
right?
Like, no, I'm this thing now.
Yeah.
People make these like weird labels now. Like, okay, us growing up, it was a big deal to dish labels, right? Like. Yeah. Like you weren't supposed to have labels.
That's dead.
It was uncool to have labels.
That's dead.
And like that's the opposite now. It's like you have to have as many fucking labels as you can pile on, right?
Right. Yeah, on your Twitter profile.
Here, take mine.
Oh, thanks.
Gross. Pass me that cup.
Oh, you want this empty cup? Oh, okay.
Yeah, whatever.
I thought you were gonna like.
Don't matter. Whatever. So what's the difference between aromantic?
What if I get COVID?
You will. And asexual. Most people are familiar with the term asexual, or more people, are familiar with the term asexual than aromantic. They're similar, but not the same. Aromanticism has to do with romantic attraction, and asexuality has to do with sexual attraction. Romantic orientation and sexual orientation are two different concepts. An aromantic person's sexual orientation doesn't make them less or more of a valid member of the aromantic community.
There should be some kind of a fucking Rubik's Cube where you could like do all these categories and show how many times you could fucking mix them up.
I don't believe, it's not that I disbelieve that these people exist or that these categories exist.
Yeah, why make it a hard category?
That's the point.
Yeah, what if he's just like, well, that's Jim.
Doesn't this seem kind of like a weird fetish to be obsessed with this kind of stuff?
Yeah, it does, because they're all different combinations, so it's almost like normal but human variation. Like
everybody is like a big.
It would be like
right?
exactly what you'd suspect. It's not like it's like, oh, this is beyond the norm. It's just like 1% of the fucking everybody.
And everything is 1%, so who cares?
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it's like there's going to be a certain people that are like this.
Like I almost feel like there's this weird like adolescent obsession with sex going on with these people.
Yeah, I think
because to me, like. I don't give a damn who I don't want to fuck you, Ted, so I don't care how you want to have sex. I don't care who you're having sex with.
Are you trying to race me?
Maybe I'm a little curious.
Are you trying to race me?
Yeah, exactly. Why does that matter? Like, why should I give a fuck? I don't care. It's like
demi-coy erasure.
I just recently found out calling someone a homosexual is offensive now.
Really? Is it more like just more
we got
clinical?
For my job, we got GLAAD sent us a packet explaining all the like proper words to use.
GLAAD packet?
Yeah, you know GLAAD, the
I know.
Yeah. The gay and lesbian AAD. I don't know what the rest stands for. I know what I'm thinking about. Something alliance.
Silence is death. Right? They write that.
Maybe. So they sent us this packet. And it's telling us all the proper terms you can use and can't use because we're writing for Pride Month. I guess they were giving these out or whatever to different media outlets. And I'm looking through it and I was like, whatever. And then I saw they're like calling someone a homosexual is offensive. They're gay. And I was like, whoa, what? Hold on, what?
That reminds me the GLAAD thing. The GLAAD thing reminds me of a conversation I had in Bible college in my dorm. Because it was like a Baptist Bible college, it was like pretty conservative, evangelical Christian type college, And then this guy in the room over, like he was like my dorm mate, like not my roommate, like my dorm mate, He was like one of the next suites over, and he had a GLAD sticker like on his wall, like on his bulletin boards with GLAD. It was like act up, like silence is death. That was their mottos, not like being silent about AIDS. Is like death.
Okay.
So like act up.
Oh,
They're the ones that would crash like Bush's speech and stuff. Like he'd be talking, totally they'd crash it. Yeah. So I go, dude, like, why do you have this? Because I was like, kind of like, even then I was like a news junkie. It was like no internet. I would just fucking follow weird shit. I guess like libraries maybe, but I was up on everything, And I was like, dude, like, why do you have a GLAD sticker? Like, isn't that like a gay group? Like, isn't that for like gay rights? Because I was like fucking Rush Limbaugh fan. Yeah. Back then, I was like super fucking hardcore,
Gotcha. Yeah.
I was like, dude, why do you have GLAD? And then he goes, I talked to him in New York City, and he's like, I thought they were cool. I go, well, yeah, but they're like totally like the opposite of what we are. It's like they're like,
But you were right.
Yeah. So, and he's like, okay, I'll fix it. And then he wrote, instead of act up, he wrote tract up. What
does that mean?
Like carry tracts. Like Bible tracts, like you witness to people, like you hand out tracts. So it's like tracked up. Silence equals death. Like if you don't tell people about the Lord,
there you go.
They go to hell. So it's death. Like he totally changed. He fucking changed the sticker. I was like,
insane.
I was like, that's so weird.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So the thing, back to what I was talking about there, it's at a certain point, I feel like
language police.
Well, okay, it's not even that. I'm fine.
You're fine with the language police?
No, I'm not fine with that. But in this argument, I'm fine with it. Whatever.
Yeah. Just say
the thing that's bugging me about it is that I shouldn't care who you're fucking and how you're fucking them, as long as they're not children or animals and you're not hurting someone and you're not raping people.
Are you taking the Jordan Peterson stance?
Maybe
you are.
I don't know what his stance is. If you're not doing those things, then I don't care, and it doesn't have any effect on your personality. It doesn't have any effect on who you are as a person. That doesn't tell me if you're a good person or a bad person.
Right, but
so the fact that people are trying to use this as like category, like, oh, I'm this, it doesn't. Okay, that doesn't change anything. Yeah. Like that doesn't change. You haven't told me anything.
But you're not being forced to say anything, right? Are you being forced to say because Jordan Peterson, he wouldn't say non-gender pronouns or something or he said he might say it. He said he might say it like to be polite.
Yeah.
But he does not. He will refuse to be like forced to say it. And in Canada, they made him sign a thing where he had to say it. And he wouldn't sign it.
That's a Canadian law.
He wouldn't sign it. But he said, like if he was talking to somebody and he would use their preferred pronoun.
I agree with that.
It'd be nice, but he's not going to be forced to use
I totally agree with that.
Something.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But that's not even where I was going with it. It's more like on a personal level. Like,
well, not everybody is into it.
To that person, like if you're sitting. My whole thing is like, who cares? It just doesn't matter. Why are we still talking about this shit and focusing on it so hard? It feels like I said, it feels adolescent. It feels like somebody like giggling, like, do you like to fuck each other in the butts? Did you know? Like, yeah, I know that.
No, but fine. How I look at this, okay? If somebody is like really into like researching this stuff about themselves, and they're like, oh, I'm a demi-koi, 360, swim alam
upside down cake,
sexual, right. and they're like, they got it all like down to a fucking science, and they put that in their dating profile, like fine, like that makes them happy.
That makes sense. You're right.
And then other people would be like, wow, like we're this weird configuration, but we like fit together because like you're koi where I'm demi.
You're right. In that context,
and that would work. Sense. But then it'd be like, but I guess when you label other people, or you like force people to like say this about you, then it gets into like when you're diciness,
at like a work meeting, and you're like introducing yourself at work. Like, do you need to be telling your coworkers?
I mean, what depends.
Yeah, I'm totally into I'm into foot play. I'm like, scat,
Oh, gross.
I just like having, like paying chicks to shit on my face,
Oh.
But that's cool, right? Like, that's okay with you.
I heard about a guy like that in the army.
I don't know, man, but like, I don't know. I'm getting worked up about it because I read this thing.
This thing they make you read at work.
Yeah.
And that's always the worst.
And I was just like feeling like I get it. like I want to be nice to people. I'm always nice and I always want to use the right word.
What do you resent? What are you rankled about? What are you rankled about?
The fact that they feel the need to sit down and like the fact that they are so focused on this and that our culture hasn't moved past
like
this
listen up, you fucking Neanderthal. Right? Isn't that kind of what they're saying?
We were doing a Pride issue for the magazine I was working at. And I said, look, man, why do we still have Pride? Like, why is that a thing? Why are we trying to make these people separate and different? Like
for photo ops?
Like, yeah.
For virtue signaling?
Aren't we right now saying that somehow the LGBTQ community is different from us?
Right.
Isn't that what
it's
we're
like
doing?
Bringing it. Yeah. No, I know. I see what you're saying.
And why? That's a problem. Why haven't we gotten past that shit? I still feel like that doesn't matter. Before that, I used to hang out like all the time in Houston.
Yeah.
Growing up, the party scene was the gay scene. So if you were partying, you were hanging out with gay people. You'd go to the gay club. It was mostly straight people at the gay club.
Oh, like, that's just how I think it was like that. Yeah.
So I've been going to pride parades for fucking decades. Yeah. I've been totally ensconced in that.
Are they changing? Like, how have they changed over the years?
And I feel like I kept looking around and being like, why is this a separate scene? I don't understand how... Yeah. Like, this is clearly, if most of us here are straight, how is this a gay scene? Right. Isn't this a party scene is what we're doing? Yeah. So, like, I don't know.
Why can't we all just get along?
Why can't we all just get along, Ted? Why can't we just let people be what they're going to be? And why does it become this identity thing?
That's how I always was. I was a conservative for
if I want to be gay next
years.
week, let me be gay next week. But I guess that's the thing, too. They don't... I learned that today too. Or
you can't be gay for a week.
Well, being preference isn't a thing that you don't prefer.
Oh yeah,
you know, which I get. I guess that's legit.
People,
I can't choose to be gay.
I guess you can come at it from different directions. You know?
But I don't know, man.
Like it could be empowering either way.
It
could be empowering either way, though.
The way through life. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
20 years ago, there were certain things that I'm into now that I wasn't 20 years ago.
Okay.
So
you don't have to go there.
Am I not allowed to do that?
No.
You know, I don't know. Whatever.
No, but I can see how it can be empowering from either side, though. No, you know what I'm saying? You're not being a dick. I can see how it can be empowering from both sides.
Yeah.
Like it could say, I chose to fucking be a freak, you know? Like, couldn't that be empowering?
Yeah, that's true too.
Right?
Yeah.
Or you could be like, well, this is just nature. This is the way I am. You know, that could be empowering. Yeah. You know, depends on like how you look at it.
I was about to knee jerk and be like, it's definitely Nate, but I don't know, man. I don't know that it is. I think.
Yeah. Especially
when you look into the way fetishes get developed.
Well, you know what I think? Okay, here's now that we're gonna say kind of like counter narrative opinions, you know.
You're all right.
What the fuck was I gonna say? No, I was gonna say a fucking specific thing. What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, okay. So like the trans community. See, that's like the horizon. That's like where all the fucking things duke it out, like the trans people, because they're the ones, because they're like going after the lesbians that don't accept them. They're going after fucking, you know, they're going after everybody. And but back in the day,
hold up, it's not trans people either. I've noticed it's a very tiny sliver of trans people.
Or the allies.
I've noticed there's a lot of trans people that don't seem very cool.
Yeah, that's true. Shit. Yeah, I follow a lot on Twitter. They're pretty
me
cool.
Too.
They just they're like, I follow them because they're scientists or artists.
Yeah.
And then
they're cool people.
And then I was like, okay, I don't want to hear all this shit. But then I'm like, whatever. Like, that's their thing. They are mostly posting dinosaurs. So if they have one fucking trans thing in there, like, that's okay too.
Yeah.
But back in the day, see, now like trans is like a new thing. Like they didn't used to say trans.
No.
I mean, they said tranny, but that was like different.
Well, tranny was different, yeah.
It was tranny was the more.
Tranny was a trans, like that was a
transvestite.
Yeah, transvestite.
Yeah. But they back in the day they had different categories. They had cross dressers, right.
The transvestite lived as a woman too, right?
Well, I don't know, because they had people that would get a sex change, but then they had people that were just cross dressers.
Yeah, but they would be like, oh, this is a post.
But they would say they're straight. No, but some of them would say they're straight, but they're just drag queens.
Right. Yeah.
They're just cross dressers, but they are straight.
Yeah, I met a couple of dudes like that. Actually.
And but like a lot of them was like the fetish, you know. But now it's like all that's like gone by the wayside. Like you don't hear about that. You just assume, oh, they're trans. Mm-hmm. But like,
yeah, you're right. Cross-dressing isn't really too much of a thing anymore.
But it's
it's a thing. People do it.
But then there's more like the trans are kind of overlapping like the cross dressers, and like it's not really the same thing. But now they're all lumped in the same category. Mm-hmm. You know. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
Couple of old white guys talking about
get off my lawn.
LGBT
fucking kids these days.
Plus matters.
I know that's a pathetic way to look at it, though. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully we're making up rational points. You know.
I really think
we're just old pieces of shit.
No, I don't think so, man. I think the real problem here is identitarianism and this idea that everybody's well, not everybody. There's lefties that are really into this idea where everything that I am, instead of it being the result of my experiences and my personality, it's instead the result of the group that I was born into.
Yeah.
And I hate that look.
Sociology.
Outlook. I don't like that outlook.
It's all the shit. Yeah. We need more STEM.
Yeah.
Just don't study all that other bullshit. Just math.
Yeah, that's
you're
so
right. Fucking ignorant.
No, I know what you're saying though. You're saying
it's
the shit. It's the problem is with the social sciences.
It is really they're pushing.
They're really having a problem. Rob M, who's been on the show a couple times now. Yeah. I think he's been on the show. Anyway,
Egyptologist.
No, my buddy from Albuquerque,
the
guy who's going to school for psychology.
Yeah.
He said that it surprisingly hasn't infiltrated psychology as much as he thought it would because they use studies and shit. Oh yeah, that's true. And you can't. That stuff doesn't meet up really well with woke.
Oh,
it just doesn't if you think about it.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
You know, but he said even there he's seeing it creep in too. But I was surprised. I thought psychology would have been fucking eaten up with it. But
from my experience in college, like just like what do you call those colleges that are like local?
Community college.
Community colleges and state colleges that I've seen, they're like not that woke. They're not that well. That was a while back.
He's going to university though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but they weren't as woke as I would assume.
He's going to a university in a blue state.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's saying that he's seeing woke everywhere.
Woke.
There's woke all over that place.
Yeah.
But not in his courses like he was expecting. Because we had talked about it before he went in. I was like, dude, watch, you're gonna be.
I heard you had to take.
You're gonna have to keep your fucking mouth
science,
shut, bro.
Math to get away from it. That's what I heard.
Yeah, but apparently, I guess psychology falls in there too now.
Wow, business
still for now.
Yeah.
And the more I look at it, I think it really is just sociology, the social sciences, and then they have really fucking loud people. They're doing the same thing they're doing everywhere, where
Brett Weinstein,
2% of the people in the world are fucking screaming this shit, and everyone else is like, fine, just whatever, you shut up. And not realizing you just keep giving them more room to where now they're running shit. You
got to make a line in the sand.
I think so.
Yeah,
I've been really. Have you seen this stuff with critical race theory getting under fire lately by all these
because it's
right-wing legislators or
state legislators? We have touched upon this before, but I'll say what I think. It's like there was a time where there was this expectation that everybody would eventually get along with each other, just like overcome racism, like it seemed like that. And then at some point it's like, nope, everybody's like super racist permanently. Yeah. The only thing you can do is admit what a fucking piece of shit racist you are,
and then grovel.
And then like you can't like say that everybody's equal because then you're like erasing their lived experience. You got to like maintain everybody different and divided. Like it got way uglier. It didn't used to be like that. And it's got taken a dark turn. I feel like
it has. Yeah, I remember like cartoon shows being like it was like you said, it was a given. There's like, there's these couple of holdouts, holdout rednecks, out in their weird trailers, still keeping this thing alive.
Yeah, but the good people are going to overcome.
But don't worry about it, guys. And then it was it's fading.
Yeah, then everybody be like, I don't see color. And now that's like super racist.
Did you notice the switchover?
Yeah, it was very.
I didn't. I just suddenly one day looked around and it was like
the mid 2000s started like switching.
I remember in Facebook once I said something about somebody being racist to white people, and somebody in the things going, "That's not technically how you define racism."
I remember when I first heard that. Yeah,
that's actually bigotry. But because they were white, it's not right. And I go, huh?
Yeah.
And I was really confused. I was like, is that true?
But they really are. They're doubling down on that. They're not going to budge on that.
They aren't.
No.
Despite the fact that that's crazy talk. That's fucking crazy. Anybody with reasonable...
No, you can't. You have to be a oppressed minority.
That's insane to say that. Like, why? How is that true? But whatever.
Yeah.
They're trying, this push to
but they had the thing where
discrimination.
Everybody's
laws.
like, you're irredeemable. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like there's no hope for anybody. Like, everybody's super racist, so you have to acknowledge it that you are.
And you denying it is proof of it.
Yeah, that you really, If you say, I don't see color, that means you're super racist.
If you say you don't like critical race theory, then that means you're not comfortable with looking at your own racism. And so you know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's not that you see problems with critical race theory. It's that you can't accept your own problems, and critical race theory makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I don't know. I want to read. I actually like the Agenda. Was it Agenda 21? I went and read the whole fucking thing. I want to read critical race theory so I could know what the fuck it is instead of just getting everybody's opinion of what it is.
I haven't read. I read a couple of speeches given by those two women.
Women.
Yes.
Yeah. They didn't invent critical race theory, though.
No, but they're the ones that were really
proponents of it.
Yeah, they're. I think they popularized it, and I mean, I'm totally talking out of my ass now. Yeah. So I won't. But yeah. I
want to study it,
and I've seen a few.
I mean, I want to study it. I
mostly
want to read a little bit.
I've watched like talks and stuff given by people for pro critical race theory.
Yeah.
And I've read like the stuff that was coming out of Canada that they were using for curriculum.
Oh yeah.
Stuff but it's, pretty simple. And you're talking trickle down into the line philosophy stuff.
Right.
That's being handed out to students. So I don't,
Yeah.
But that was where I was spotting things like, did we ever talk about that where that lists things that are
Oh, the white person list?
Yeah, the white person list where it's like trying to hold people accountable for things. Being white, white supremacist.
Comes to time, on time, and appointments.
Yeah,
that's bad.
Keeping appointments, expecting people to keep appointments.
I don't know. It was a bunch of really like
being. If you want, what is it?
We should look for
ambitious.
It. We should look for it.
Ambition is a sign of it.
Yeah,
of white supremacy or something. Yeah, let's look for it. List of white supremacy. I don't really know how I'm going to find this.
It was the Smithsonian. Smithsonian. Yeah, Smithsonian.
It was like
Smithsonian white culture.
God, we just recently had this on the show.
Yeah, Smithsonian. It was like white. It was something about white culture, like getting rid of white culture.
Yeah, this is like a couple episodes. This is real recently.
Smithsonian.
I don't even think I need to link to it, but damn. Hold on, dude. What I found was from the Miami Herald. Smithsonian Museum apologizes for chart about white.
Yeah, that's it. That chart. Yeah, bring up that chart. Yeah, bring up the chart.
Smithsonian Museum. Hold on. This is funny. This is the Miami Herald. This is from July of last year. Smithsonian Museum apologizes for saying hard work and rational thought is white culture.
That's pretty funny. Oh, wait.
I don't. Wow. Okay. I don't even remember. That's interesting. So maybe. Okay, here's the list. I'm looking at it now. Maybe this is gone now then if the Smithsonian has apologized for it.
So the list is funny.
But it's still there, so let's talk about it.
Yeah,
let's talk about what they did say.
Yeah.
Rugged individualism in the United States.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Aspects and assumptions of whiteness and white culture in the U.S. White dominant culture or whiteness refers to... Yeah, so this is lists of whiteness. That's the thing.
Yeah. Lists of whiteness, yeah.
Refers to ways white people and their traditions, attitudes, and ways of life have been normalized over time and are now considered standard practices in the U.S. And since white people still hold most of the institutional power in America, we have all internalized some aspects of white culture, including people of color. Okay, so here we go.
Yep.
One aspect is rugged individualism. Meaning the individual is the primary unit, self-reliance, independence, autonomy, individuals assumed to be in control of their environment. You get what you deserve.
Yep.
I mean, I don't agree completely with that. But is that a sign of whiteness?
What's the alternative? The Borg, like being absorbed into the Borg?
Yeah.
It's like, that's kind of creepy. Like,
well, it's just that last thing I don't completely agree with. I mean, sometimes your environment, you don't have control over where you're born and stuff. I get that. But this is kind of saying that rugged individualism means that is kind of, that's not what that means. Their definition is kind of lame. Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. Okay, family structure. The nuclear family, father, mother, 2.3 children as the ideal social unit. Husband as the breadwinner and head of the household. Wife as the homemaker and subordinate to the husband. Children should have own rooms and be independent. Whoa, are they saying children shouldn't have? I don't know. Their own rooms? They raised communally? I don't know. That's a weird thing to throw in there. Yeah. Children shouldn't be independent? I guess. Wait. Interesting. Yeah. An emphasis on the scientific method. Here, this is the one that people got pissed off about. Objective, rational, linear thinking, cause and effect relationships, quantitative emphasis. Funny. Spelling and math. Protestant work ethic. Hard work is the key to success. Work before play. If you didn't meet your goals, you didn't work hard enough. It's like anything that requires you to take responsibility. It's like someone who's really, you've met that guy who's sitting around like on this couch and he hasn't had a job in a couple months and he needs to read these. He's like, man, I keep going to I go to interviews. And it's like they just don't even care. You know, I tell them I can't work on Fridays. I can't work on Saturdays. I can't work on Sundays. And it's for my mental health. They should understand that. You know? That's fucking it's like that dude got pissed off and went and sat down and was like, you know what it is? It's whiteness. And P.S. This dude is white that I'm picturing in my head. Yeah. He's white. He's wearing that beanie with the like that thing on the top. Those beanies. And like the ears. What are those called? It's they like fucking wear them. They fucking wear them in the summer and shit. Yeah, and it has the tie, but they never tie it. Yeah. It's got the little ear flaps. Yeah, they're like Switzerland and hats. The pom-pom on the top. Hats. Yeah, they're Swiss hats, yeah. And with a fucking stubbly beard. Yeah, this motherfucker's like sitting around like and they got those like hoodies, those weird hoodies that are kind of like scratchy looking. He's playing Call of Duty at least like 7 hours a day. But bro, I only play Call of Duty Black because that, you know, after that is just shit. I don't care that there's no one on the servers either. I will run through an empty map. That's you know how I train myself. Anyway, I'm sorry. So you got that character down. That's the dude. Yeah. He's the one who sat down and wrote out this fucking list. And he's like, whiteness. That's why I can't get a job. Everything my dad says is white. They asked me, can you be on time? I'm like, no, bro. Because sometimes I got shit going on. I might have to be addressing my mental health. It's like the opposite of what your dad, every time your dad got pissed, like what kind of shit he said. Yeah, that exactly. List, you know? Yes, it's it's like the dad. That's what I'm saying. This is a response to that. It's not take responsibility. Whiteness with quotes around it. It's just dad. It's just dad. It could be a Mexican dad. It could be a black dad. It's boomer dad. Fucking yeah, it's a boomer dad who is mad at you because you don't want to mow the lawn because it's too hot, and you're like, it makes me sweaty. You sound like fucking Napoleon Dynamite when you say that. Your character. Napoleon Dynamite is who wrote this fucking list. All right, hold on. Let's keep going. Yeah. History based on Northern European immigrants' experience in the U.S. Heavy focus on the British Empire. The primacy of Western Greek, Roman, and Judeo-Christian tradition. I mean, I agree with that Greeks. To a certain extent. But my problem with that one is I know where it goes. So don't read Plato. That takes you into that, what is that, the 16... whatever project, the weird New York Times thing that was trying to like rewrite history. Didn't they ditch it or something? Fuck yeah, they ditched it because it was nonsense. No historian would back it, but well, actually, a lot of historians backed it, but they were idiots, bro. They were libtards. They were total libtards. Religion, Christianity is the norm. Anything other than Judeo-Christian tradition is foreign. What about being atheist? That's not white culture. No tolerance for. There's a lot of white atheists, right? Yeah, almost every atheist is white. Yes, don't they? I mean, there's there's black atheists too, but there's like a lot of them are like super white. Like most of them. that's a pretty white.
That's super
It's
white.
very science.
Europe is like very.
They're
atheist.
super into science.
Yeah.
Like they just listed they have an emphasis on the scientific method.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So atheism should be listed here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do they like? They like paganism, bro.
Yeah.
That's what it
Buddhism is super white. And
no, I'm saying the woke people. They like paganism.
Oh, woke people.
In preference to Christianity.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought they'd be more secularists. No.
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're into bondage though.
There's a shit ton
They're
of
into
pagans.
bondage.
There are so many
pagans are into like weird sexual shit.
On the left,
they overlap.
There's so many
paganism.
lefty pagans though, man, that I bump into.
Polyamorous are all like pagans, right? Aren't they? Yeah. It's very common.
That's true.
I mean, I haven't been on fucking those apps in a while, but when I was, fucking
Wait, hold on,
Wiccan,
Whoa,
polyamory, they always went together.
You're talking about the dating apps? I never got on the dating apps.
Yeah.
What happened? What are those like?
And they're not skinny too, the polyamorous.
hold on. But tell me about dating apps. I don't know anything about them.
Like Tinder. And
yeah. What happens?
Like OkCupid.
What is it like?
Well, OkCupid used to be you get really into all these surveys. They you take these surveys and then they make your profile like based on your answers to all these questions. You know.
Okay. Did it work?
I mean, it kind of worked because you can weed people out.
They could have been just faking you out. Though,
yeah, a lot of them fake. Like the women, the biggest thing women fake is how into the outdoors they are.
Weird.
Like
Why?
they really show a lot of pictures of them. You think they're like fucking always hiking and camping and shit, but they're not.
Real women are like that too, not just women on the apps.
Well, that's why they're on. I mean, it was realistic. It was.
Now that I think about it,
yeah,
that's always a thing. You're right. They always show. Yeah.
Yeah, but. It was like, so OkCupid, like you would weed people out because I don't want to date somebody like their profile, they have their sports team shit on.
Yeah.
Like I just know
that
we would not get along. And also if you're like super right wing Christian, like anti-gay, like that's not going to work either. You know?
How would you know?
Because they have questions like, oh, do you believe in this? Like, are you think, marriage is only between a man and woman or shit like that? So you can like cut people.
I didn't
it's
know
good
that.
to weed all these people out, because I don't want to date like a Republican that's really into sports that doesn't drink or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not going to work.
Identitarianism matters. You can be an identitarianist on a dating app.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you want to write all this shit on your dating profile, that's like the perfect environment.
But on your Twitter, come on, man.
Right.
Well, unless you're trying to.
Well, let's try to use Twitter.
Yeah, people are trying to get laid, right?
Actually, I met a woman on Facebook.
Ooh.
Like we hooked up when I was on the Appalachian Trail, like 3 or 4 times.
Nice, bro.
Like because I kept hiking towards her city, and then I was in her city, and then I hiked past her city. So we met up like
bump it
3 times. Yep, met her on Facebook.
Wait, okay. So did you? I don't know. I don't know what else to ask.
You like my writing on Facebook?
I don't know what else to ask, but I used to grill.
So Tinder's easier. So Tinder's like this is what they look like. Because on OkCupid, a lot of times you just would scroll through to see what they look like.
Yeah.
And only if you liked how they look would you read all other shit.
That makes sense.
But you might like how they look, but then there's like a shit ton of red flags, from reading it. So you did. So it's not like the reading part didn't matter.
Right.
But you would sort of focus on the picture in OkCupid, but then you realize how women fake it. So then you got more savvy. You could tell who really was probably good looking and who was like fake good looking because they got the. Yeah. This was like when I was doing it, filters weren't like super common. You kind of could tell you could tell if they used a filter.
But people would use like 20-year-old pictures.
No, they would. Yeah, you could tell that by their hairstyle.
That's true.
They would try that. So you started to get more savvy.
Yeah.
Because I did it off and on. Like I would do it and I'd meet somebody and then I wouldn't do it for like a year or 2.
Okay.
But then we'd break up and then I would do it again for a while. So I kept doing it like over. I probably did it like over the course of like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned like the different stages. And at first, all the women were bisexual. Like almost every woman was bisexual. And then OkCupid said like almost every woman is saying they're bisexual. But then we study like who they talk to. And like almost none of the women that say they're bisexual like talk to women. They just reach out to men. They know that
that's a signal to men though.
They're just like, it was just like a fad to like say that, So almost everybody said it, but it was fake. Course. Yeah, but then I think that went away and it was just more realistic. It
happened in real life too, right?
Yeah, it was like a phase. And then
I remember that.
But like the thing is, I heard it was really hellish for women. But I didn't look at the men's profiles, But I guess like a lot of the... Like,
how so?
they're just gross. Like you see them in their fucking apartment with like dust and shit all over their couch and some dusty old bong on the coffee. It just looks like a fucking animal lives there.
So more honest though, is what you're saying.
No, it's just like really bad
like
shit.
Dudes just take pictures.
They just show their motorcycle and then
like,
they show their dog. They show their dog, their motorcycle.
Yeah.
And there's one picture of them like far away.
It's like at a 4th of July party, their friend took it. He's like 50 feet back. They're looking over their shoulder with a plastic cup.
Yeah, I just heard like these horrible like stories, you know. And but then they'd say shit like, look, I'm not going to talk to anybody that has a shirtless picture in their profile. But then they like dudes would always keep having shirtless pictures in their profile, so it must be working, you know.
Of course.
Yeah. They just say that. Yeah. And they just say that. And they probably were talking to all the dudes with no shirt, but they just put that in their profile for their self-respect. And
then, then he would say something too, and then they'd be like, "What? Just because you don't have a shirt on, you think I'm going to talk to you?" And that's how you break the ice.
That's how you break the ice. Yeah. I would say like a lot of people go, "Oh, I would never date anybody in a dating profile," but it's just like a normal date. It's like. Once you meet them, it's not like you're staying on the profile. It sounds like
that's the way to do it now. That's how people.
Well, how else are you going to meet? You're not just going to like stalk some woman in a store or something. Like, how is it?
So our buddy Rob. Oh man, I shouldn't blow up his spot, but but I'm going to.
Yeah.
He had to fuck with. I think he's now probably back on dating apps again because he broke up with his girlfriend. You know. Oh, yeah. I used to grill him about the dating apps, and like all of his experiences, because they'd be so crazy sounding, and they never sounded good.
I didn't have that many.
And we would talk about it, and it's like when you're out of high school or college, I guess too.
Yeah.
When you're out of school, your dating pool, like your potential dating pool,
only
is
people you
gone.
See at work.
Yeah, it's work people. It's like I guess gym people go to the gym and meet people now.
Do you ever talk? I never talk to anybody at the gym.
I don't go to the gym. I hate the idea of a gym.
Nobody wants to talk to you at the gym.
I don't like people looking at me when I'm working out.
Yeah, nobody really. Only the people that are like talk to you, like it comes across weird. Like it's like talking to you in the toilet.
Interesting.
Like if they talk to you, it's almost that bad in the gym if somebody talks.
So where else is a social place you're allowed to?
Yeah, no, in the gym, everybody's got their headphones on, and fucking a lot of them have sunglasses on. Everybody's looking straight ahead. Nobody's making eye contact.
Singles bars, right?
Do they have those? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Aren't like just a regular bar?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like
now that I think about it,
I don't think there's anything that weird about it, really.
I've never been in.
I met Narcy on.
I don't think there's anything weird about it, but it sure sounds like it sucks, dude.
It can be shitty. Well, the thing is, what you do is it's a technique. What you do is you game the system. You like everybody on Tinder. Yeah. So you like every woman you see.
Right.
Like, just like everybody.
Okay.
And then you'll find every single woman on the app that liked you. Oh, but if you just hit the ones you like, you'll probably miss ones that liked you. So then you see everybody that likes you, and then you choose out of the ones that already like you.
Which is a little more.
Yeah,
that's a very male way of hunting for.
Yeah, like narrows down, but you game it, and then all these women think they like you. You get kind of spanned.
Think about that. That is such a male way of doing it. Could you imagine if a woman tried doing that?
Oh, they probably do worse shit than that.
All she would do is get flooded with dick pics.
Oh yeah, no, that's what they're like.
Serial killers.
No, that's what.
Hello.
No, like a relatively attractive woman, they just get like flooded, and they can't. Their inbox gets like full.
Of course.
And then they can't accept more emails.
Of course, man. Yeah. That makes because that's real life too, isn't it?
Just if they're reasonably attractive, just not ugly.
That's sad. How did people meet each other before that stuff?
I guess like church, like
church.
Work,
church is
school.
A thing too,
I guess.
Right?
I mean, if you go back far enough, they just was in school. Everybody got married like super young.
You're right.
Yeah,
not being married at.
And then if somebody like was a widow or a widower, 50s, they would marry like a family friend. That's somebody they know all their life.
You're fucking right. You were fucking right.
Yeah,
because you go back to 1950, and if you're a 30-year-old, if you're a woman who's 30 and not married, you're a fucking
you're an old maid.
Right?
Yeah. Wow. That's how it is in Japan. Still, they call it like Christmas cake.
What do you mean?
Because Christmas is on the 25th. So like. The farther past you go, past the 25th, the less you're going to want to eat the cake.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like 26, that's some delicious cake.
27th, it's getting
27, 28, 29, like 30, 31. Like 31, you're like, wait, I should have thrown away this cake.
Yeah.
Like it's such like a really fucking harsh way to judge it.
This icing got real hard.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know if this is the best
idea. Super judgy. It's like, but that's in Japan. It's like super judgy.
They're judgy people, aren't they?
Yeah.
Despite the fact that they've got
super emo. They're not reproducing.
Tentacle porn. Anyone with tentacle porn that's like just available anywhere, you shouldn't be judging nobody on shit, bro. Keep your fucking shit to yourself.
But a lot of them are asexual. There's like a large population.
How much of that?
Like surveys of young Japanese.
Yeah.
Like most of them have sex like once a year.
I got a lot of criticisms about Japanese culture that I'll keep to myself because they're probably shitty, but and not really well, let's
just judge all the ethnic groups.
But I wonder how much of that is the fault of us dropping a bomb and just basically traumatizing a culture.
No, I don't think that's why.
You don't think so?
I think it's because they're into the samurai culture. This is what I think it was, okay? They had the samurai. They had a very class-like structure, like the upper class, like the aristocrats.
Sure.
And so these fucking samurais, they could just go around and just fucking cut people's heads off at will.
Yeah.
Like they're fucking above the law. And I feel like it was like so like patriarchal and like hardcore that only a few people were at the fucking top of the pyramid, right? So everybody else, their main survival tactic.
When is this you're talking about?
This is like, during our like, Revolutionary War and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Like like when Europe was fucking feudal, they were like feudal, and a little bit into later than Europe was,
right.
a little bit into the 20th century almost, like super patriarchal still, So like if you're not at the top of the pyramid, you're not patriarchal. Your job is to learn how to get along with fucking the patriarchs. And they just evolved a way to like look dumb and cute. Like their whole culture, their whole culture just like sort of tended toward like trying to look as dumb and cute as possible.
The nail that stands out gets
right. So there's there's got super into like Hello Kitty and all this like cutesy weird shit. Like they always
that's an interesting take.
Fucking Japanese schoolgirls and shit because everybody's trying to like, how do I appeal to the patriarch? Oh, I'll just act like cute and dumb, and then they'll want to protect me and take care of me.
Take, bro.
Yeah, so then most of the culture got morphed that way, and there's just a few fucking badass fucking gangsters still.
So
they're the ones that get those tattoos and they have their pinkies cut off. What do you call those? The Yakuza. The Yakuza are the only ones left. They're like the opposite of the magnet. They have to fucking hold that side down to have. But the whole culture went towards like dumb and cuteness. That's why they have all these fads with all the like this animals and.
That's an interesting take, bro.
Yeah, and anime. Everybody's got like big childlike eyes and shit.
You might have something there, man.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
That's because this is some good shit here.
Dude,
isn't that plausible though?
That is plausible, actually.
Where else would they have an impulse to sort of morph that way?
But I've kind of had a similar theory about it with the atom bomb, though, because all that's
like radiation like warped their brains.
No, just realizing like, oh fuck. If we step out of line,
we can't be warlike. We have to stop being warlike.
Let's get everything cute and we love.
Isn't it weird?
We love American culture so much. Like American culture is the greatest thing in the world.
Isn't that weird though? Because other cultures would not go that route. Like Muslims, you bomb them, they get more fucking hardcore.
Maybe no one's ever fucking killed. Like no one's ever blown up one of their like Tehran. No one fucking has
been
dropped
getting bombed for years.
An atomic bomb on Tehran.
Well, not an atomic bomb.
You know what I'm saying?
But the conventional bombs have been going for a long time since the British Empire used to.
You might be right. Yeah.
So but see, what if they get more hardcore the more you fucking bomb them?
What if what you were talking about? Made them vulnerable to the atomic bomb?
Oh, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
So that then when a Big Papa came along...
Well, they were hardcore.
Think about it. America was then... came and showed them, I'm the real patriarch. And they're patriarch.
Yeah, that could have happened. But
please don't hurt us again.
But they had some hardcore people in World War II. Even they had the kamikaze pilots.
For sure, yeah.
So they had some hardcore people.
But they shut it down. That was the end of that, right?
I think it could have been,
That era ended at that point.
And then they have the shadow side. The shadow side of this Hello Kitty side is the fucking Godzilla side.
Interesting.
See, in the tentacle porn, they have the dark.
Yeah, you're right.
That's like the shadow. That's like the dark half of it, Yeah. Yep.
Weird, dude.
Yep.
Anyway, poor Japanese culture. I got a lot of qualms with every culture, I think.
Yeah, I like bonsai.
I can't think of a culture I like.
I love Shiba Inus.
Dude, I love a lot of stuff out of Japan. Not just
Shiba Inus.
Not just anime.
Not just anime porn.
Not just anime. definitely anime porn. That's where it comes
not
from.
just hentai. What are they? Hentai.
Hentai.
Not just hentai. Well, yeah, mainly hentai.
I've never gotten into that stuff. I can't get like.
No, I know.
How's
it's
a
like
cartoon
aliens. Yeah,
gonna give you a boner, bro?
It's like aliens having sex.
I can't jerk off to a cartoon. It's just not going to happen.
Gross.
I need a real person on the other end.
Speaking of fucking sex crazed.
Oh, you really wanted to get out of that, huh?
No.
You don't want me to talk about it? Ted, you tell? I feel like having some sex talks today.
No, I'm saying speaking of sex, perverted.
Well, hold on.
Fucking hardcore
we never
sex.
even finished our story.
Oh yeah, what was our
First,
story?
The Smithsonian's list.
Oh yeah, Smithsonian's list.
That of whiteness.
Yeah,
We're almost to the end.
It's just like David Letterman's top 10 list.
We're almost to the end though. The last one was religion. Now we're on to the last one was religion, and that led us to hentai.
Yeah, we went down the fucking rabbit
and me
hole.
talking shit about Japan. I'm sorry, Japan. You guys are beautiful.
They need Christ.
But you do need Jesus. But who doesn't need Jesus? You know? Yeah. Okay. Status, power, and authority. Wealth equals worth. Your job is who you are. Respect authority. Heavy value on ownership of goods, space, and property. Like, I don't know. Is that whiteness or is this Protestant?
Only if you say respect my authority.
Future orientation, planning for the future. This one cracked me up.
Yeah.
Delayed gratification, planning for the future. Progress is best. Tomorrow will be better. Time, following rigid time schedules. So yeah, being on time.
Being punctual, super white, so it's bad.
Aesthetics based on European culture. Steak and potatoes, bland is best.
You're making fun of fucking...
Who even says this
loves
stuff?
mayonnaise. Just say loves mayonnaise.
Yes. I love mayonnaise.
Love white bread and mayonnaise.
Woman's beauty based on blonde, thin. Barbie.
Big boobs.
Man's attractiveness based on an economic status.
Lack of appreciation for the booty.
Holidays based on Christian religions, based on white history. Justice based on English common law. Protect property and entitlements. Intent counts. Yeah, intent counts. Anyway. Competition. Be number one. Win at all costs. Winner, loser dichotomy. Action orientation. Yeah. Master and control nature.
How could a culture survive if it doesn't have like some of these qualities?
Yeah, I don't like all of these things, but some of them seem totally
it's
necessary.
like a guy that's like a pillar of the community, but kind of a dick. Like that's how you picture who would embody all this, right? Like some guy that's like a judge, he's a deacon at his
pastor,
church, he's
what I was gonna say. Yeah.
He's like super fucking thin. He's like fucking doesn't eat
authoritarian
fucking junk food, and he always does everything on time.
Ironically authoritarian.
Yeah, but he gets shit done, but he's kind of a dick, Like
I don't feel like they're describing whiteness in quotes. I feel like they're talking about Protestant.
It's talking about anybody that became a boss of other people. That's what they're describing,
But it's this Protestant puritanical culture in America.
Yes, but I bet what if you go to Asia and work at a fucking store? Your boss would be super like all these qualities.
No. I'm saying this list here.
Yeah.
They're not really talking about whiteness. They're talking about the American puritanical tradition.
But it seems like a lot of Asia is like this too, though.
For sure.
These what do you call them? Values.
And I don't like those a lot of those values either.
Yeah, a lot of them are kind of shitty.
But what I'm trying to point out here, Ted, is that this isn't even.
It's not very squiggly.
It doesn't make sense. This is like a reactionary philosophy based on someone's chip on the shoulder about their dad, like we were saying. Like this is someone's fucking like a deacon at the church dad who used to yell at them for not mowing the lawn fast enough or whatever, and they made this list. That's what it fucking feels like.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
like this doesn't seem like a legitimate criticism of our culture. I'm sorry. It looks at a very specific like sliver of people.
But what really is white culture though? Isn't it like
that's what my
pop
point
culture?
Is.
Like it's really hard to pinpoint, It's like hard to pin down.
I would say you have like there's like a generic French culture, there's an English culture.
It's like a generic American culture, which is all commercial. It's kind of fake, It's kind of sad. If that's your culture,
it's American.
Because I think, what if white is like being fucking no name brand? That's how I used to think of it.
Yeah,
you're kind of like generic.
That's what it is.
I mean, it's because we're the majority.
But now think about it this way, Ted.
Yeah.
Have you watched those videos on YouTube where they go to Europe and ask people can you spot an American?
Oh yeah, what do they
and
say?
they're like, oh fuck yeah, I can spot an American.
Oh, what do they say?
They're
That's
fat,
funny.
they're loud, they think everybody. So we clearly have a culture.
Yeah.
The thing is you and I see it, and we're like boring, normal, boring. And what we're describing is something that we see every day because it's our culture. In the same way that someone,
I guess if you're a fish, you can't see the water.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, are these bad things though? That's the thing.
And here's the thing. That's not whiteness. It's fucking American, dude.
They should put ad shit like believes in being on time, loves genocide. They didn't really get down to the nitty gritty, you know.
And
like they just sort of glossed over the surface, so it's kind of offensive because they kind of hit everybody in like a shallow way, though.
Yes,
you know?
right.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, these things are bad. A lot of these things, not all of them, but some of these things are bad.
They're taken to extremes.
Like, let's see.
You need a little bit of them.
Wealth equals worth. That's not true.
No, that's not true.
Who you are. I don't think that's true. Respect authority. I'm not into that.
No,
Is
I know
that
what you're
necessarily a white thing though? Like
it's very traditional.
The fact that we're turning this into like an identity thing. And
I think they're describing Republicans though.
The idea of having a white culture, a black culture, a gay culture, is this stuff true?
It's like I can't listen to Snoop Dogg.
Cultures?
I can't listen to Snoop Dogg.
Are they parts of a culture? Are these little aspects, niches in a culture?
I like the Biz Marquee.
You see what I'm saying? Is it the culture, the American culture?
Yeah.
And you're talking about a niche within that culture?
Right. Yeah.
Like, why are we trying to make it this thing where we're like,
it's like
we need a pride day. We need to separate out black people and gay people and make everybody in their own space.
The dad on that 70s show. The dad on that 70s show.
Having a week.
That dad, he would fit all these, most of them.
Yeah, you're right.
He'd drink more beer though.
Dumbass.
right.
Yeah, where's beer on this list?
Smack people, smack you on the back of the head, you know.
I don't see beer on this list ever.
Yeah. Always sits on the same chair in front of the TV.
Now after I'm still
always hogs the remote. That's white culture, right?
That is white culture.
That's fucking patriarchal.
And then the motherfuckers be man spreaded and shit.
Man spreading on their chair,
eating the last chicken
with the remote,
the last piece of chicken, or the last piece of the last slice of pizza.
That's just dickish, right?
Those motherfuckers, like, you know.
That's just dickish.
Yeah, white culture, dude.
Yep.
Goddamn whitey. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe there is a white culture, like you said, mayo. We both went straight to mayonnaise. No, but who else?
Well, I guess you'd see. I think there is a culture at these churches. I would go to these Baptist churches out in the country.
Yes, sir.
Because the fucking dishes they would pass, you know, that's some fucking cultural shit. You won't get that at a restaurant.
Is that all white people? That's a niche of those.
It's a lot of mayonnaise.
You're talking about another niche, right?
Yeah,
like in the culture. I think,
like the country folk.
I think there's this weird division we're trying to force into them. So, you know, I don't know.
Well, didn't country music used to be more genuine? Now it's more pop,
absolutely,
commercial and shit. So like you go back to like bluegrass and stuff. That's like white. I mean, it's not really white per se. But that's like a culture.
You're right.
Of these people that lived in the fucking Appalachians and shit. You know, the bluegrass.
You're right, and that's not really around too much anymore.
Yeah, like that's their culture. Like these country songs. I mean, it's not about it's so wonderful, we're the master race. It's not what it's about. But they're all white people. They're singing about. You know,
what the fuck is culture? Let's look it up.
I don't know.
It sounds so stupid, but now that I'm thinking about it,
what's because we're uncultured. We're uncultured.
The arts, another manifestation of human intellectual achievement regarded collectively. Okay.
So we have weird shit
the customs, arts, social institutions, and achievements of a particular nation, people, or other social groups. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'm wrong.
But I think we had a culture, but it's very commercialized, so it kind of overwhelmed like the regular culture.
Yeah, that kind of took over everyone's culture.
And people became mobile, so it's non-localism more.
Yeah.
You know, because people would like get jobs. It was like, you know, in the 50s, 60s, it would be very common for like, oh yeah, this guy, like he got a job in Arkansas and they're like from Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That you would relocate all around the country. That was like really common then.
Yeah.
And it kind of mixed things up. So you don't really have a local culture anymore because the businesses have to cater to all different types of people. So they kind of make things more general.
This doesn't really have anything to do. I guess we'll just segue to this thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But do you think that's bad or good?
Well, I mean, it makes it kind of hollow and boring because it's all based on advertising.
Yeah, but do you think there's I've done the same kind of thing where you kind of you'll see like a real cool area where it's like all local shops and shit, and then it'll slowly get like taken over by like it's Starbucks and Walmart all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't think that's good.
Sucks.
I don't think it's good.
Yeah.
Like, I hate Walmart. What do you feel like when you go to Walmart? I feel like assaulted somehow. Like I'm being like attacked by fucking like radio waves or something.
However, doesn't that battle tribalism? Which I don't like tribalism either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Like,
tribalism
doesn't keeping everything real local, doesn't that also make you be like, well, I don't like the outside then?
Well, I like things having a different flavor, not the same bland flavor. It's all over the whole country. You know what I'm saying? I like to go.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, I'm debating this myself. I don't know if it's
good or bad, but it's like the Borg. It's like being taken over by the Borg.
Right.
Like all the fucking everything's standardized. All the fucking nuance and
maybe. I guess, and ultimately the Borg is bad, even though maybe there's no racism anymore.
What if the Borg was like a combination of Walmart, Amazon, and McDonald's? That's like the Borg.
Well, clearly the Borg does not care about race, right? They don't care about. They're not ageist. They're not racist.
Yeah, they want everybody to get diabetes.
I guess just because there's good.
Yeah.
There would be no racism after the Nazis wiped out all. right? They're like, well, look, there's no racism anymore. It's gone.
Be so inbred.
So yeah, I guess that's not a good. That's not a good way to judge something.
Imagine how ugly white people would be if fucking Hitler won and like wiped out every other race. Imagine how ugly white people would be by now. Like all fucking like more and more pointy and shit. Like what eyes would get like wider and wider apart. Like I watched some show about these hillbillies. I don't know what it was on Netflix or Hulu or something. And we were watching it and we were kind of stoned and they kept going. They were trying to like solve some crime or something. It was some weird sexual crime. It was like, it's kind of creepy.
Of course it was.
The deeper they got into it, they'd get more and more inbred people. They would more like their teeth. Their fucking mouths got wider and wider. And their eyes got like smaller and smaller and spread far apart to they're almost like the sides of their head. And their teeth are all fucked up. Like they're just showing them more and more inbred. And we just fucking couldn't watch it. We were so fucking freaked out. We had to fucking turn it off. It was like fucking freaking with our heads.
That sounds awesome. Send it to me. I want to watch it.
I can't remember what it was. I can't remember the title.
Great. I love it. I love it already.
They got really, really inbred.
So I guess I was wrong. You could totally count them as cultures, even though they're people who live next door, I guess.
I think of the hillbillies, like, I don't know. Culture, there's more culture in the South than the North, I think. Well, in the North, though, you do get a lot of Germans and, like,
that's a white
Norwegians
culture, right?
and shit. So they get all into being German and they fucking get together. That counts as a white
culture?
Yeah, but it's more German, though. It's more specific.
Anything we listed right there, was that German? It didn't say anything about sausage.
That does sound German, though.
Or wooden shoes or anything.
Yeah. Focusing on high cholesterol foods. Germans live a long time, though. They fucking eat lots of fucking grease and they drink lots of alcohol and smoke.
You look at a German, you're like, that motherfucker's dying next week. Every time he speaks, he turns bright red.
Yeah, and they live for like 20 more years after that. Yeah.
They're like lifting cars and shit. They're like,
yeah, fucking German farmers have big fucking heads and shit. Yeah. Well, they called like the people from Scandinavia and Germany, they call them squareheads. Like on the prairie.
Who have we not ostracized today?
But there is a weird culture in the northern Midwest. Like it's more Norwegian culture.
It is gross, bro.
Fucking weird shit.
I've never been in the Midwest until a couple years back.
Yeah.
My wife's, a lot of her family lives near Chicago area.
Oh, yeah.
In St. Louis.
That's where it starts. Yeah, north of there.
And we went up there. So this is the first time I've ever been. Dude, that's a different place, bro.
Chicago, Illinois?
No, like
Northern Illinois more?
It was between Chicago.
Rockport?
Hold on. St. Louis?
Missouri?
Where's that line go where St. Louis and I don't know.
That's more of the South.
I'm not super aware of where we were. But we moved between Chicago, some suburbs.
Oh, the Twin Cities? Were you doing the Twin
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
The Twin Cities.
Where's that? What is that?
That's
St. Louis and
no, it's not St. Louis. You got me all fucked up now. It's not St. Louis. It's St. Paul.
Okay, no, then not that.
And it's St. Paul and
okay, well that doesn't matter because that's not what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm talking about St. Louis.
Oh, St. Louis, okay.
Anyway, whatever.
Okay.
Midwest.
Yeah, Midwest.
I'm in the deep Midwest, and
Yeah.
I'm looking around, and that is dark. It's concrete as far as the eye can see.
Oh yeah,
There's a bunch of weird looking white people. I'm like it. Everything looks like suburbia, but everyone's talking like the rednecks. Like,
okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're talking
yeah.
about like weird shit. Like,
Wow.
I don't know, dude.
I've never been to St. Louis.
That stuff was like, I never dealt with like real white people, I guess.
Oh,
in
you
my
got to go to
life.
Wisconsin. Then you want to see.
And I've
that.
lived in the South, so you think
Yeah.
that I would, but
No, it
people
gets,
don't understand. The South is very like mixed.
Yeah, it
actually.
is. Yeah,
It's
it actually
really
is.
mixed.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I spent most of my life hanging out with Hispanic people and black people.
Yeah.
More than white people.
No, I have heard that about the South, and even like the people that are supposed to be so racist were like raised by like black nannies and stuff, so they weren't like super.
So that didn't last very long, yeah. It
But
was
I
like
mean-
a generation, right?
But it's like it is more because I think there's pockets up north, like northern, like Wisconsin and stuff. It's like so white.
Dude,
just
the
because
Midwest is the
they're
place
just
where
super isolated.
That's true racism, bro.
Yeah, they have.
They've never met a black person, and so they are scared to death.
Yeah,
of
that's
black
Madison,
people.
Wisconsin. Is
Yeah,
like
that shit is bizarre.
Yeah. They have the high incarceration rate for black people,
Oh, there you go.
and it's unequal court system.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like white kids will get probation, if they're black kids, they go to jail.
Yeah.
And it's like you could document it.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. And in Wisconsin, it's like it's like Madison's supposed to be so progressive, but Wisconsin's like super right wing.
Okay, so now we've pissed off everyone.
Yeah.
Right? Who else?
Right.
Who else have we not made mad today?
We've never shit on the Papuans,
The who?
the Papua New Guineans.
Those motherfuckers.
Yeah, they know how to live though. Those guys with like they wear like the bird feathers and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
They put the makeup on. They got the big pig teeth.
We'll
to their
never hear
nose
this
and
fucking
stuff.
podcast though.
Yeah, they're fucking. They go hard.
Dude, that's a safe bet. Let's just make fun of them from now on.
They're not that. I think they're magnificent. You know, they're like.
I don't.
Imagine like
Some
if everybody
pants,
looked
asshole.
like that.
Put on some jeans.
Like you just dress like you're in Cirque du Soleil, like every day of your life. You know,
Yeah,
they'll
that'd be cool.
put makeup on every day. Can you
That'd be
imagine
fun.
like living like that? Like they're always dancing and having like festivals and
That'd be
shit,
fun, yeah.
and killing things with blowguns.
We're talking about Pride, and I was just shitting on Pride. I love Pride parades, by the way.
Yeah.
Even though I think that they're like weird because I feel like they're an ostracizing thing. But
Oh yeah.
I fucking love Pride parades. You ever go to Pride parades?
No, I've never
Dude,
been to
those
one.
are wild.
I
Those are
saw
so
them in
fun.
passing.
Oh, they're so fun.
Oh, really?
The ones I've made it to, a lot of the times I'd get too drunk in the morning
Oh, really?
on the
You start day
pre-parties.
drinking all day.
Yeah, the pre-party, I'd start like, there's a few Pride parades where I did not
Yeah.
make it to the parade. I was like already wrapped around a toilet. But yeah, like, dude, you want to see a wild party. I guess
funny.
in Houston. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's true everywhere.
Probably is.
Those
Denver, I think, has it. I got invited.
I went to a Pride parade in Albuquerque, and it was like the most
When is the
rinky-dink,
one?
silly thing I've ever
When
been
is
to.
Pride? When
it
is
was
it?
literally like a parade that it lasted like 20 minutes, and it was like, whatever. It's sometime this month.
Is it coming up?
Yeah.
It's in June.
Yeah, in June. Yeah,
I might go. I got invited
I don't remember when.
by my sister-in-law.
Oh, dude, yeah, you should go. That's
Probably
fun.
will go. Denver.
You'll meet some
The
crazy
Denver
people
one
for sure.
Yeah.
It was funny. We went to mine. I mean, you know how I dress. I got short hair, glasses. I wear. You didn't see this, but I usually wear ties and stuff.
Yeah, I used to wear dress shirts.
Yeah, I really love
When I
doing
knew
that.
you, when you worked, all your photos were like with dress shirts.
I still do that. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, whenever I get the chance or whatever. But so I'm fucking cis white as fuck, right?
Yeah.
So we're at this Pride parade in Albuquerque, and
Yeah.
one of my wife's friends, who's gay, says to her, like, "Oh, I'm so glad your husband decided to come out and show support." And she goes, my husband's been to more of these than I have, and you know, like,
Yeah. Such a fucking square.
I remember once I went to this pagan festival, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I was wearing a tie there, and I remember walking, and this was deep in my
Is that
chaos
just like your
magic
thing,
days.
like wearing a tie? That was
Yeah,
just your
yeah.
thing?
Mostly, I started wearing a tie at one point, and I realized people treat you way different when you're in a tie.
Like way better.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this must be the
Everyone-
manager.
Yes. People will like apologize for not even when you're not. You're like. You go like I'll take a burger, and they're like, oh, thank you, I'm so sorry. Here you go.
You're like a fucking
say anything to you.
You're like a fucking alien that's like like fucking
You
hacking
get
the
clip
fucking
cloppy
culture.
shoes
Yeah.
and a tie. Shoes that clip.
Clip-cloppy.
I'm serious. Get hard soled shoes so that when you walk, it goes click, click, click.
Oh, that's fucking
And people
funny.
fucking
Everybody's like,
straighten up.
oh fuck, here comes this dude.
You'll see backs go straight.
Oh,
I'm
really?
not joking. A back will go straight. And people treat you fucking different, bro.
That's awesome.
So I would hack people like that, you know.
Yeah.
So And I would get off to a lot of it was like realizing like I'm one of the freakiest, weirdest people you're ever going to meet.
That should be a fucking movie.
But it's hilarious to me that you think I'm really boring looking and, you're immediately judging my
fucking
book
line. That fucking line you just said, that should be a line in a fucking movie.
What's that?
Like about a movie about a fucking con artist, and then they show him putting his tie on in the morning. 'Cause he's got to wear it. People treat you different with a tie.
But it's true.
And like he's narrating it while he's like tying his tie, and then he puts his fucking cloppity shoes on and stuff.
That's true. I should be in a movie.
And they show him walk out into the fucking thing, and he looks all serious, and everybody's fucking
like, what was I saying though? Yeah, so I'm at this pagan festival.
Yeah.
And I'm walking around in a tie, and this was deep in my chaos magic days.
Oh.
So I'm daily doing weird magic.
Yeah.
Praying to Batman.
Yeah.
Doing crazy shit, right?
Right.
Eating weird drugs, getting naked in the woods.
You're wearing a fucking tie.
But I happen today to be wearing a tie and walking around at the pagan festival, and I hear out of the corner of my ear. Yeah, I was about to say.
There's my dad.
I hear someone whisper, "Oh my god, you seeing this guy over here?" And I turn, and I look, and the dude is literally wearing one of these like plastic Viking helmets and a cape. And the guy who's saying it to is wearing one of those like made to look like the hat that Mickey Mouse is wearing in Fantasia.
Oh, okay, that's
the pointy
weird.
hat with stars on it.
That's fucking weird. Like it's dressed like a wizard. Yeah. They're so judgy.
These motherfuckers are looking at me and be like, "Look at this." Look at this tweet.
This guy's not cool,
dude. Oh my god, I almost died right there. I was gonna like, oh my god, it was so funny.
I had to bail. You had a next level. Then. Your game had another level.
I had to get out of there.
They couldn't imagine that.
I was about to laugh my ass off. I was just like, oh, this place is crazy. I gotta go. I gotta go. It's too silly.
Yeah.
But thinking about it, it's making my cheeks hurt. I'm smiling too hard. It was so dumb.
The Albuquerque Pagan Festival?
The dinky ass Albuquerque Pagan Festival.
That's funny.
I'm sorry, Albuquerque pagans. Y'all need to get y'all's game up.
Speaking of pagans.
Oh, yeah. Weren't we supposed to like segue way earlier into something?
Speaking of sex-crazed amphetamine.
Cicadas?
Yeah.
So I think we talked about the cicadas on here.
No, we didn't. We didn't talk about it.
We've talked about the cicadas when they were first emerging.
Oh, yeah. We did. 17-year locusts.
That's right. So we brought that. I think that was last episode, maybe, or the one before, or something like that. So these locusts have been coming out. There are trillions of them, right? The Brood X is what they're called.
And they're infested.
Yeah. What's happened now?
They have a fungus, right?
They're
parasitized by a fungus that makes them fuck until their sex organs fall off, and they want to fuck everything.
It's amphetamine. It produces amphetamine.
Yeah,
and
they're on meth. Meth crazed sex addicts. That's what they are,
and they will fuck anything they see, even though they don't have genitalia.
Yeah, they fuck them off.
They can't make babies.
No, they fuck their genitalia off, but they're taking their hole and fucking like random.
It stops being a hole. It turns into this weird white thing comes out.
Oh, really? Oh, gross.
This white plug grows out of it.
Oh, okay. That's a fungus?
Yeah.
Oh, then they start fucking things with the fungus.
Yeah. And see what happens then so that's what's going on. They're not making babies anymore. Now they're spraying the fungus. Apparently they're saying it's only infecting 5% of the population, so it's whatever. And apparently, according to this fucking site, I'll link to it, this NPR article, they're not feeling any pain either. So everybody's having a good time.
Would they put like something in their brain to sense?
I guess. I don't know. They don't seem to care that they're dropping shit off. The shit's dropping off because they lose their abdomen. It's not just they lose their whole half of their body.
Gross.
Now to get this. Yeah. This fungus infects the other regular cicadas that have a yearly cycle too. Oh. But instead of methamphetamine, it drops psilocybin into them.
Psilocybin? They're like tripping?
Yeah.
What the fuck? How does it affect them?
Same way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
just fuck until the shit falls off?
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
I'm glad it doesn't happen to humans.
The other thing that I brought up, that I learned too is that the males,
they become
will pretend. Well, they don't become female. They'll fuck as males, but then when they see another male, they'll pretend to be a female so that he'll come fuck them.
There's some crazy fucking bitches.
Yeah, they'll just anything to spread that fungus, dude. Isn't that
They're like
crazy?
zombies. This would be a good movie too.
Sex zombies.
Why am I having all these movie ideas?
Fun
I keep
little
thinking.
sex zombies.
I thought of this last screenplay when you were telling your story about why you wore a tie and a dress shirt and clippy cloppy shoes.
Yeah.
That was. I thought of this whole movie about this fucking con artist that like, I don't know, he does some weird thing like sells Amway or some fucking thing that seems like innocuous, but he's really like a fucking super slick, like sociopathic con artist.
Yeah.
There'd be some surprise ending or something.
These are all con artist movies.
Yeah. And then I thought of that psilocybin fucking meth crazed demons.
Oh, okay.
Like meth crazed fucking sexual zombies.
There you go.
Like, wouldn't that be a fucking good movie?
That'd be a great movie, especially if there was full penetration.
No, all their junk falls off.
All I'm saying is you get a girl in there with big heavies. Full penetration. Zoom in.
Oh shit.
Zoom in on here's the balls. Here's the ass.
Oh, gross. And then coming off, like
just
rotting
off.
away.
It's always I'm sorry.
Rotting it away.
This is just Always Sunny jokes that I'm stealing.
Okay. See, I don't watch that.
Let's call it a day.
Yeah, we gotta call it a day. I gotta buy a
eating
pizza.
time. My head's like killing me from laughing, I think, too much.
Smiling.
Yeah.
And you were thinking about the Albuquerque Pagan Fest.
It's fucking killing me. Oh, it hurts.
No more smiling. No more smiling.
Where can people find you, Tim?
Find me on Twitter and I blocked my mom, so everything's
good. Why'd you block her?
She kept saying, "I hate your tweets." And I was like, "Mom, I never asked you to follow me." She didn't go into it.
She didn't explain.
I mean, sure, there's a lot to hate.
Oh.
If you're a mom.
What's your Twitter handle so people can find
Ted
out?
Heisman.
Yeah, what tweets your mom hated so much?
Probably hated I don't know.
Did she say anything after you blocked her?
No, she didn't say anything.
She didn't say like, you blocked me.
Well, she almost like wanted me to block her. I'm like,
interesting.
So I'm like, Mom, you don't have to follow me on Twitter. You can always call me or text me. It's like what you do anyway. So like, why do you need to be on Twitter?
Well, follow us on Twitter at CCN Podcast and the hashtag CCN.
That's where you get the
CCN
next level
pod.
shit. That dress.
That's right, sir.
Yep.
And I didn't mention it. I want to say goodbye to Paul Mooney.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that?
Sad,
Paul Mooney died, man.
He was
I love Paul Mooney.
He was a good man.
It's fucking that really bummed me out, dude.
You were telling me to listen to him recently, like before he died.
Was I?
You were saying
white man walking on the beach finds a genie's lamp, took it home and shined it up. 3 white genies came up. They said, "Don't talk. We've been in there 100,000 years. We don't want to hear no conversation. Just think whatever you want. You got 3 wishes, you'll get it." Big old mansion. Goes from bedroom to bedroom. Naked bunnies standing there naked. Knock on the door. There's 3 Ku Klux Klansmen in hoods. They take him and hang him. Next day, the 3 white genies are at Starbucks drinking coffee, talking. And the genie goes, that first wish, a big mansion, everybody wants that. I could relate to that. He said, I know. It's in the second wish, the naked bunnies, I could relate to that. But that third wish, I'm confused with that. This third wish is, yeah. He said, he wanted to be hung like a nigger. Anyway, listen.
He's a fucking master, dude. He used to write for Richard Pryor. Like you said, I think Dave Chappelle is the one that turned me onto him too, when he would do Negrodamus.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I remember.
And Ask a Black Man. Was it that? Or Ask a Black?
Ask a Black Man.
Or something like that. It was something funny. Those are really good bits, segments. Yeah. Paul Mooney's a genius though, man. His stand-up is really where it's at. I think a lot of people didn't go through with the stand-up. His stand-up is great. That guy.
I want to look for his stand-up on YouTube.
It's fucking great, man. It's great. He's one of those guys too. He'll say stuff I just totally disagree with. He's very
very left wing.
Yeah, in ways that I'm not,
Yeah.
But he's one of those people that I'll be absolutely disagreeing and still on the floor rolling.
Makes you laugh,
which is amazing.
Makes you laugh.
I think that's the mark of a true.
Well, he was kind of a contrarian.
Genius.
I think he was like that on purpose.
Yeah, he would very much stomp on anybody's. It seemed he just hated everything.
Yeah,
everything and everybody.
I like people like that.
Me too. But right now, what is it? Tim. Oh my God, Tim Dillon is the guy.
Oh yeah, Tim Dillon's the man.
He's picking up, man. I think everybody's.
He's even talking about Dogecoin and shit like that.
Really? Yeah. I saw him in a
Kathy
headline.
Woods. He was talking about Kathy Woods.
I saw him in a fucking headline the other day, and I was like, "Wow, he's famous." I guess now. I didn't realize it.
He was on JRE a lot. I haven't been watching it since it was on. Even though I have Spotify, I haven't really been. It's so easy to watch it on YouTube, and I don't do it anymore.
I see the clips here and there because he
has the clips on YouTube.
Yeah, and here and there I'll watch them.
Yeah.
Generally, I don't even watch those.
His head got way bigger over the years. If you ever see him like an older podcast,
post Spotify too, he seems really weird. Like
his head is just he's taking growth hormone. And like Dana White, his fucking head is way bigger than it used to be too.
And I went and was showing my wife, and it's absolutely true.
Yeah, they both take testosterone replacement and human growth hormone.
It's fucking funny, dude.
Yeah,
big old heads.
Yeah, their heads because it makes your head grow because you basically are slowly getting acromegaly. Like if you kept doing it, if you did a higher dose, if they did like a higher dose, they'd eventually start looking like Andre the Giant.
Why take that stuff?
Because your growth hormone goes down as you get older, and it's because it regenerates all your bones and shit. That's why you see these old fucking guys like running on cliffs for like 100 miles and shit. They're like kept taking that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and so like human growth hormone
helps you regenerate,
makes your recovery time like you heal, like you start healing instantly. But you have to grow a little bit though, because it is growth hormone. So your features can thicken, your organs get bigger. Like if you take a lot of it, it's really bad for you because that's what Andre the Giant had. It mimics what happens to you when you have a enlarged pituitary gland, like a cancerous growth in your pituitary gland.
Yeah.
Then your pituitary cranks out growth hormone. That's how Andre the Giant. So now they don't have it. There's no new Andre the Giants unless they're like in third world countries or something. Because now they would get rid of the.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They would like get rid of the cancer and stop the growth.
Weird.
You know, they don't treat it like that. Like they didn't really know how to treat it back then.
So anyway,
yeah.
R.I.P. Paul Mooney.
So Paul Mooney. We get on that.
One last digression. Oh, because I talked about Tim Dillon.
Oh yeah, Tim Dillon.
And you said
he has acromegaly. No.
Yeah. One last this thing with rest in power. Do you hate it as much as I do?
It sounds bad.
It irritates me. I don't know why.
It is annoying. It's annoying when everybody uses it. Like
rest in power, bro.
Like it's not annoying when like a few people use it, but when everybody uses it. They don't say anything else that sounds like that, but they say rest in power. Like it sounds very awkward.
I don't want to rest in power. I want to rest in peace.
I want to relax.
Yeah, nobody punch me.
I want to fucking chill.
I feel power makes me think about punching.
I don't want to become a superhero when I die and fucking left hook everybody.
Back, dude. I ain't doing shit, y'all.
I'll be at a beach
right fucking now.
I'll be in a sailboat.
Dead, don't call me. I'm not doing shit for you.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
We'll see you next week.
Play the monkey music.